Hi, my name is Joanie Eisinger. Welcome to my channel. If you'd like to learn more about me, please go to my website, jonieswhitelighthealing.com, and you'll find out about how I became able to do this stuff. I used to not believe in any of it. I thought it was a scam, a hoax, a fake. I was a therapist and I became gifted with healing and channeling abilities, and everything changed from then on. So you can find me on LinkedIn and SoundCloud and Twitter and Facebook. On Facebook, please friend me if you'd like. Just message me and tell me how you found me. I have a fan page there, Joanie's White Light Healing, and you could also like that as well. And regarding this channel, please subscribe if you haven't, and like, comment, and share if you are so moved. Regarding subscription to the channel, there's a bell icon, and if you press all, you'll get the notifications when I put out new videos. So, I do readings and healings for the collective, and I was moved to do an 8-part series on addictions. This is part 6 out of the 8. It is February 20 of 2020. There is no timestamp on this video. So if you watch it today, another day, whenever it is, Spirit knew who would be watching the video. So the messages that come through are timeless. If you find that things resonate, great. If not, I suggest putting them on the shelf because the information might click at another point in time. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the following, and I have my little post-it right here. We're going to be talking about addictions regarding gaming, sleeping, hedonism or pleasure seeking, online and social media addiction. That would include texting, selfies, chat rooms and message boards, posting, and video making. So I clumped all of these together because they seemed like activities to me. And I think they all have a common theme. You're either going outward and seeking and doing activities, or you're going inward and inward. So whichever the case, they both have imbalance if they become an addiction. I use the term addiction loosely here. And I would say that it's a compulsion, it's engaging in activity where you find it interfering with your life in different ways. I also want to say that what I do here does not take the place of seeing a mental health or a medical health professional. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please read the disclaimer below in the description box. Okay, so what I do is that I put my Joanie aside and that I bring in the highest of Christ-like consciousness, meaning the enlightened ones. I channel archangels and angels, ascended masters, departed ones and guides, consciousnesses, elementals, and star beings. They come in as one voice. And I'm going to get information first on gaming addiction. Gaming meaning video games. Here we go. Okay. So what I saw here was I saw push, 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 get it right, get it right, get it right, push, 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 get it right. And then I see someone wanting to be very precise and accurate. And I feel that there are people who are involved in gaming. It looks like that they're trying to be perfect. They're trying to get things precise and get it right internally with their own lives. And if they're not doing it, then they're externalizing it and they're having it go through video game play. I got to do this, and then if I do this, and then if I do this, I feel like there's a brainy intellectual piece here where people are trying to figure things out in a precise manner by navigation and finding the best way. What's the best way that I can do this? Well, if I do it this way, then this. If I go through there, then I get that. And that what's happening is a lot of people are doing that rather than focusing on their own lives. They're playing games, that this is a game that they're playing with themselves. So it looks like they're playing a game on a screen, but they're really fooling themselves by not addressing what they need to address inside in terms of their own life. So for those of you who can identify, have a sip of water. The other side is working on you and helping to release energies that are stuck. I see great avoidance. There's huge avoidance, and I see massive burden that a lot of people have taken a lot on, and that they refuse to listen to their guidance. They do not want to know. They have no interest in doing the work. So they sit down and they take a look at something else, and they move themselves out of their own story, and they throw themselves into an external story. I'm going to go back in and find out more about what this gaming addiction is. So there are a few things here. Some people want to hide. So there are games where people are being hunted and where there are ones that are hiding, and that they're identifying with the ones hiding, that they themselves are hiding behind a joystick or a box with little buttons. There's a big hiding metaphor in here. People don't want to be noticed. They want to be hidden. So a lot of you are behind closed doors, and you are playing games with yourself regarding hunting, trying to find the one that's hiding, when in fact it is your work to hunt out yourself and find yourself. That's why you're here in Earth School. I'm also seeing thrill seekers. I'm seeing a high. So I'm seeing a lot of booms. There are a lot of booms. And the eyes are going back and forth across the screen, and the dizzying effect makes one feel good when they get all discombobulated and woven. And to them, it's like a dance. So if you feel that you are taken in by sound effects and visual effects, it seems that it's because you want your senses to be heightened because you have felt dull. Maybe you don't put yourself out there. Maybe you cannot recollect when you did feel happiness and that you dulled at some point. Are people getting the gist that by entertaining these games in such a way that they're falling into another life, that they're moving away from their own? That's very, very important to know. It's externalizing your story, and you're putting it on a screen, and you're playing a game out here. And what I see is that if a person took their hands off of their remote control, there would be an anxiety. And what I'm guessing is what would come up is that they would have to face themselves and where they're living, who they're living with, whether they have a job, when's the last time they went outside, whether they've eaten anything healthy. And a lot of people don't want to face their reality. So they go back to holding on to that remote, that box, the starter, the buttons, the joystick, to escape what they need to face. I'm going to see if there's anything more regarding the gaming addiction. There's a little bit here about making it better. I don't like my life. I don't like my situation. Therefore, if I put something on a screen and I play, I can improve a situation here. I can make it better here. So there are ways that you're manipulating an environment externally, and you're getting some type of a satisfaction as if you've done something for the greater good. Now, that's fine and all. The guides aren't putting you down for what you're doing, but they are asking you to take a look at how you're improving your station in life. What are you doing regarding soul growth, which is why we're here. This is an Earth School. karma. Some of you in different lifetimes felt very dead and numb. And in this lifetime, you're not feeling well again. You're bringing that dull and dead feeling into this lifetime, and it comes out through the electronics. I also see that some of you forced people to remain still and stationary, and that you're getting a taste of it by being juxtaposed in a room with a screen and a chair. Maybe some people do it on a sofa, bed, but whatever the case, you're in one place and you're being told to sit still, just the way you did that to other. So let's get rid of karma, which is the negative energy, the unforgiveness that holds you back from moving forward. That definitely will give you a boost. Across time and space, forwards and backwards across all generations, any karma that you've incurred that leads you to where in this lifetime you're in a gaming addiction situation. We ball up all the lifetimes of unforgiveness. Forgive yourself. Yeah, good, good, good. Feels good. Forgive everyone and everything. Ask for everyone and everything's forgiveness. Thank God for these life lessons. And what I get is it's important in this case, go out and walk around. So I haven't done that in a while where I've channeled after someone has done the forgiveness work to take a walk around. It seems you've been sitting for a while. You might be cooped up somewhere. So get out and walk around. That'll help release some more of this energy that's been pent up. I'm going to see if there's anything left to talk about regarding the gamers. They're asking you to be creative, that you're really good at putting in a disc or popping up some game on a screen to play where someone else has put together a storyline and you're to fill in the parts. Spirit is asking for you to be a little more creative and ask yourself, if you were to make a movie about your life, what characters would you want to put in it? And what action would you want to include? And what storylines and what twists and turns, what angles, what chapters you would want to put into your life? That would cause some type of a stir, and that would get you going regarding focusing on yourself for improving where you are today. Very important. If you find that you are sick and suffering, please see a therapist, see a mental health care professional. They're fantastic. You say, listen, I can't do this alone. I'm stuck. I'm ruining things. My marriage is failing, or my kid, I don't listen to them because I'm stuck behind a screen and I don't know how to get away, or I can't get a job. I'm stuck. I really need help. I'm sick. Very important. Please see a therapist if you feel that you need to, and I recommend going word of mouth. Okay. The next addiction is hedonism or pleasure seeking. So I'm going to go in regarding those folks that seem to need that thrill. It could be vacations, it could be parties, bars, could be joyriding, whatever it is, nights out on the town, constantly being out, dining, movies, whatever it is where there's a lot of pleasure seeking. Now, I could go through a list and it could go on for hours regarding what pleasure seeking might be to you, but you can identify with it in that case. If you find that it's difficult for you just to be still versus always looking for the next joyride, the next thrill, the next activity where there's all this excitement around you, needing to be pleasured. I'm going to go in and find out what Spirit has to say for you. Here we go. Generally, it feels like the people that are pleasure seeking are extremely burdened, and they're saying, it's too much. I can't handle this. I am so overwhelmed. I'm so beyond done that I need to escape. I have to get away. I have to get away. I have to get away. Most people are physically getting away, but some people get away in their mind. But most of the people are getting away by going somewhere and doing something, and by immersing themselves in activity that makes them feel better, that soothes and comforts, that gives them pleasure. They're avoiding the burdens that they're carrying. Have a sip of water if you relate to this. This is heavy stuff here. Big time. I'm getting the pleasure seekers are running. They are just escaping, leaving, going to where the fun house is. Going to go in for more. Some people are saying fuck you to someone or the universe or both. Well, if I can't have it, I'm getting it. And so there are people that have been deprived of, and they're running and chasing and getting. They want theirs big time because they couldn't get it earlier. And there's anger. You made me suffer, so I'm out and I'm playing, and look, watch me. So there's a lot of this, very upset. There's a control piece. People want to be in charge. They're all out over the town. Look at me, look at me. I can do this, I can do that. People wanting to be seen. People who have not felt in control, that by getting into the pleasure, they feel in control. But what ends up happening is then they start feeling out of control if they're not playing. It's a vicious cycle here. Addiction, no matter what type, has to be broken at some point so you can heal. Going back in. Some people like their senses heightened big time. They like to be held and touched and felt. They want to be shaking their booties and dancing and partying, and the smell of whether it's sex or tobacco or beer or seeing the lights, hearing the music, the pounding of the bass, it gets them going. I'd rather have this than what I have now. I need to have this. I can't live without this. If I live without this, I'll lose it. I'll lose my mind. I'll go crazy. So a lot of people throw themselves into activities of pleasure because they're afraid that they're just going to crumple. They're just going to lose their shit. Going to see about karma and other lifetimes. It's a lot of blame. A lot of people have been blamed. It's a lot of finger pointing. And as a result of a lot of people having been blamed, they're like, I'm out of here. And then they take off and they go somewhere for fun. And that it's a repeat of other lifetimes of getting away because you can't handle what was going on at home or at work. And then you just take off. And then it just got into like this rip-roaring cycle. Some people have never had it before and then they just went nuts with it. So there are people that have been very bored and then they got a taste of it. Now they want it all the time, but they just haven't, let's say, an addictive personality, and they just don't know when to stop. But they're liking the fun, they're liking being out, but they just need to pull the reins in. Let's get rid of karma. Across time and space, forwards and backwards, across all generations. The pleasure-seeking hedonists. Karma. Forgive yourself and forgive everyone and everything. Ask for everyone and everything's forgiveness and thank God for these life lessons. Have a sip of water. Good. Now, for those of you who've gotten this far, sip water between now and when you go to sleep. So it doesn't matter when you're seeing this video, when you see the video to when you go to sleep, sip water. It'll help flush negative energies through the physical body. Okay. I am now going to go to online and social media addiction. Okay. First, we're going to go to texting. The repeat over texters that just keep going and going, that they're on their phones all the time and they just can't stop. Whether it's texting or surfing and going on different sites. The phones. Some people don't have privacy and that they retreat to their phone because no one can read their phone because they have a password. And so they are very full of gratitude that they're in their phones because they're hiding, because they're overwhelmed by people being nosy in their life. You can't have this. This is private. This is my world in this phone. This is my home. Lock and key right here. And I could do whatever I want here and you can't see any of it because you're snooping in my life. You're all over me. You're hanging all over me. So if I've got a phone, then I can build it from there. So some people have socked everything into that little object because it's just so difficult to be where they are without the phone. Going in again. I see the race. I see a lot of people have to know things before another person does. They're competing as to who can get the scoop first. This is competition. It's an illusion. Have to say, folks, that no one's ever going to win because there's always going to be the next new thing that comes out next. So you need to do a reality check regarding that because it's an illusion. It was created to get people dizzy so they'll get hooked, and then they'll get an app, and then they'll get the next level up, and they'll get this added on and more storage and the best phone, and it's to hook you folks. Going back in. Some people feel special that by texting and being online on the phone, being hooked that way, that they're hip. They're cool, that they're the most tech person in the world. And again, that's an illusion because technology just keeps improving. There's always the next latest thing. So you're deluding yourself. It's very important for you to take a look at the race that you're in and why you're competing with others. Spirit would say focus on yourself. Again, this is Earth School. So if you're always looking at other in relation to self, you're probably not working on your soul contracts that you pre-birth planned to achieve. Let's see more about this. Some people are saying, I have so much to say and I don't have enough time. People are avoiding in-person communication. Their fingers are doing the expression that their throat chakra needs to be doing. And they're not exercising this energy center here. It's coming out of their head, maybe some of their heart, but the expression, it's like, we're given teeth and a tongue, and that's to put food in. And if you're not putting food in, then this whole area is just like waiting for something. And the same with the throat. Some people have difficulty expressing themselves, so they're texting. And they're using online communication as a way to avoid practicing interpersonal communication. See whether you can move yourself away from the buttons, put your hands behind your back. See if you could set up an appointment to speak with a friend. In person, by phone, real stuff. Make it real. These habits can be broken, all of them. Every single one of them. We're in episode 6, part 6 of addictions. Every addiction can be broken. I'm going to go into selfies, taking pictures of yourself all over the place. Some people don't like who they are. And by taking pictures repeatedly, you're saying to yourself, well, that's who I am. That is I. There I am. 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 Some of it is I'm alive. I made it. I survived. Others, it's do I like myself? Is this good enough? Do I like myself? There's a lot of I haven't accepted myself for who I am. Therefore, if I keep reminding myself, this is a shot of me. This is a shot of me. That's a shot of me. It's like, well, maybe one of them I'll ultimately accept and I'll finally like myself. I'm guessing that when a person finally accepts who they are in every aspect of who they are, they'll give up the selfies. This is an indication of dissatisfaction of self in all the areas. It's not just about the visage, about the appearance. It's everything. It is the entire package. When you accept who you are, the selfies go to the side. They go bye-bye. If you put down the phone and you say some positive affirmations to yourself, I am love, I'm grace, I am ease, I am sacred, I am holy, I am beautiful, I'm happy, I'm cute, I'm marketable, I'm a package, I am unique, I am God, I am one, I am love. These are the things that would help you to separate from selfie addiction. I'm going to go into chat room and message board addiction. There are a lot of people that don't feel included. They do not feel part of, so they're inserting themselves into anonymous groups so they could automatically be included. This is an indication of someone who has not worked on interpersonal skills in real life, real time. The practices with real human beings, and that when you get involved in chat rooms and message boards, it's a nice, cozy, yummy feeling, but it is fake when you keep repeatedly shoving yourself into all of these arenas for self-worth, cred. A lot of this has to do with personal work, loving self in relation to other, doing your interpersonal work, communications skills work, getting out and being with other people, facing what you don't want to see, addressing each issue and working on different things to improve your station in life. Let's see more about the chat rooms and the message boards. Some people don't feel heard. So if they put in their bleep, bleep, bleep here and there, their 2 cents here and there, or I'm a specialist here, I'm going to help you in that, I'm going to share and offer this, people feel like they're contributing something. And this isn't to say that it's not. We're talking about addictions. We're talking about when something is lopsided, and I'm going in to get to the bottom of things, why a person might go overboard with that activity. You need to identify where in your present life you're not being heard and address the problems that are in your life, not others. Then, after you've taken care of yourself, when the oxygen mask has come down and you take it first, and things are copacetic and they're taken care of, that's when you throw yourself at that message board if you've got the free time without being unbalanced. Going in regarding posting addiction on social media. I see a lot of me, 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 me. It's about me, 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 me. This is for those who are addicted. Some people are getting pleasure. There's a thrill, pleasure seeking and thrill. Others, it's all about themselves. They have to put something up. Look at me again, look at me again, look at me. Some people are extremely upset and they go off on tirades in their posts, and they're getting out their anger in posts. There's a lot of expression in the posting addiction. A lot of people are saying how they feel, and they're releasing in one way or another the ones where it's all about them. They need to be held. A lot of people haven't received the comfort that they need. They just want to be held. They just want people to understand them. Find a friend if you have one and talk about it. If you need to see a therapist, this would be wonderful. There's a lot of sadness underneath the me folks. The angry folks, there's a time and a place you need to use your judgment regarding if it's appropriate to be going on tirades on social media. Some people just don't want to hear it. It's best to keep it private and know what your boundaries are. Journaling, talking to a therapist, addressing this with a confidant, getting it down on paper is more appropriate than blasting on social media for everyone to hear. There are people that might have unfriended you, unfollowed you, blocked you as a result of these tirades. I'm going to go into video making. There are people who compulsively make videos as well. Just going to see if this is similar. There's someone who's making videos and it's just competition, and there's a lot of humor in it, but there's also quite a bit of competition, and they feel like they've failed, and that by putting out repeated videos, they feel like they're going to find a way to make it right and find that balance and get that cheer back, but they're blaming themselves for something that they've done. And this they feel is the only way that they could right it, that it could be remedied. Spirit is telling them, let go of this. There's no need to compete. All is done. It's over. Forgive yourself and others. It's done. And ask yourself, what can I learn from this? The videos are fine, but there's an edginess to them and there's an anger. You've retreated into something that doesn't seem quite right, and you're not really being your true self. Let's get rid of karma regarding the online and social media addiction. For those of you who can identify across time and space, forwards and backwards across all generations, forgive yourself. Forgive everyone and everything. Ask for everyone and everything's forgiveness and thank God for these life lessons. Have a sip of water. Someone's toes are tingling, and I feel a sensation behind someone's calves. Someone's right ear just got hot. Yeah, someone feels a little dizzy, so we're just going to get you right. You're stepping up. Someone sees that this video is just right for you. They're really happy that you watched it. If you feel that you've made an egregious error, something that's just so far off and wrong, if there's a way you could make amends, that would be fantastic. Spirit would love for you to balance things out and do the right thing. And you know who you are. I'm going to see if there's anything left regarding these types of addictions. Very, very important for those of you who've been sequestered. You've set yourself aside. You're hiding. You're stuck in a room. It's very important to see the light outside, to get outside and to walk around. You need to be in the country, or at least be in some environment where you can walk and have fresh air. If you're in a city, that's fine. Go to a park. I see lakes. People need to be by a tree. The tree will assist them and ground them, bring them back to balance. Some of you need to sing. That'll help very, very much. Sing. Play music. Someone's got a harp, I tell you. So play that harp. Someone's got a fiddle. Play that fiddle. Spirit wants you to know you're not alone. There are many people that are stuck and that they're coming to terms with this. They're starting to realize that there isn't a future in this, that going forward, and whatever the case, whether it's gaming or hedonism or online social media addiction doesn't move one forward. Someone's taste is going to improve. Their taste buds are going to lighten up. They're going to start grooving again. Just going to see if there's anything left for y'all. No. I hope that you enjoyed this video. This is definitely a different type of video that I've done. Definitely something different. I always learn each time I open myself up to channel and then the stuff comes out. Joanie's going, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. Look at that. So I grow. I'm a student here in Earth School too. So I get to learn more about who is around me and how I can help them and where issues come from. Some of the issues I could identify with in different ways, and they bring me a sense of peace. So please subscribe, like, share, and comment below. I love seeing the comments, finding out if anything resonates. And if you want me to do any videos on anything, please let me know. I'll be doing more love readings and probably more forecasts. I'm sure there are different things that I could do that the collective would also want to hear about. So after I'm finished with the addiction series, there's definitely more to come in different directions. So you take care, y'all, and I'll see you again. Bye.